My name is Mitchell Gurick. I'm a freshman here at Eastern Illinois University. I am studying business education.
Awesome. My name is Jackie D'Andrea. I'm a first-year CSA student at EIU, and we're going to present the iLead workshop on Don't Let Your Default Picture Define Who You Are, Social Media and Networking.
So here are some examples of profile pictures that you do not want to have. Obviously, there's a really provocative one of this girl. There's another provocative picture, not really sure what's going on there. And then there's that picture, especially with alcohol in it, it's probably not the best choice for a profile picture. And that one...
You don't know if that's like something like what kind of smoke that is, so you're leaving the audience guessing if that's just a Newport or is that something else. And these all have like the same common theme. They're either extra flirty or some substances in there. So those are some issues that are going on in these pictures. Okay, so you probably get really sick of hearing about, oh, your Facebook picture, oh, your Facebook this, Twitter that. This is a common theme that we're always going to be talking about because it's constantly changing. Social media is expanded. More people are always getting on it. So this is something that's always going to be like talked about. So we're going to talk to you guys about trends in the social media world, then move down to some knowledge about what you should keep private, what's okay to share. Then we're going to talk about how to use social media to benefit you, because there's a lot of opportunities that you can actually get ahead using social media. And then we're going to give you some tips. Do you want to introduce your little video?
This is just a video that I found online that kind of explains the significance and the presence of where social media is all around the world. Okay, so as you saw from that, obviously people are transitioning from using print advertisements and reading the newspaper to viewing things online, and kind of understanding the importance of social media in your life as a student and in your RSO is really something significant and should be taken to really important.
Definite. So here's just some facts about some social networking. And one of the things that stands out with this one is 44% of young adults, 18 to 29, take steps to limit their profile. And that's why we're here today still, is because there's not enough people taking that extra precaution, not only to make themselves seem professional, but also there's like a lot of scared people out there still that are still trying to get people's information. Erin Andrews from ESPN did a huge segment about how if you like post where you are with your social media sites, you're really putting yourselves up for dangerous things to happen to you, and there's a lot of cyber stalking still going on. So yeah.
So just a little bit about Twitter. Obviously we saw from the video that 40% of tweets come from a mobile device. And the same thing is true for people who are responding. They're using their mobile device, they get updates right on their phone. And in addition to that, less than 25% of users generate 90% of the worldwide tweets. So basically the people who have a lot of followers, and if you're popular on Twitter, 90% of those people are seeing what you post or what a famous person posts over the person who's not very active with it. So being active with it is obviously really important.
And new trends are happening a lot of time at professional conferences or guest speakers come into a campus. They actually promote you to tweet. They'll give you a hashtag, and you can actually attend these events just by following things on Twitter. With the Golden Globes and the Oscars, if you just log into Twitter, you can see almost most of what's going on at the Oscars without even watching it or being there. So this has really changed how you can also get information. And as you saw, Lady Gaga is followed by more people than actually the president. So more people are knowing about what's going on in the world through their smartphones and Twitter and other social media tools.
So basically this encompasses what the social media landscape is. Obviously the center of the landscape is the conversation. The main focus of what social media is the conversation, and then outside of that you have all of the outlets that you can actually use for social media. For example, the social networks, which include Facebook, and then you have Wikipedia, and there's just so many different things. Picture sharing, blog platforms, all of this stuff encompasses the greater picture of social media, which is connecting the world through the idea of a conversation online and over the internet.
And they don't even have it on there, but Pinterest is actually a great way for other groups to see and get creative ideas about new things to try, new ways of organizing. A lot of teachers are actually using it to find ideas to organize their classroom and make their lesson plans. And 20% of internet users use social networking websites daily. I think this number is even higher because a lot of people set their Facebook or Twitter accounts to their home page. So no matter how much or how little they log on the internet, that's the first thing they're seeing every day.
So just beyond Facebook, obviously there's other websites that you can use for social media. Google+, Twitter, Blogger, those are just some of the big name ones. And there's basically, social media is this encompassing of all electronic communication. Thank you. Publishing and sharing videos, YouTube, pictures, could be done with Flickr and Snapfish, and then obviously if you want to watch your TV shows, Hulu. You could send SMS messages and phone calls. That's also considered a form of social media. Mass text all of your club members. Social media right there. So it encompasses all forms of electronic communications.
And social media is even get people to reconsider how they're going to spend their money. A lot of people are canceling their cable and finding other ways to get their information. So social media is also helping people save a little extra money. So the truth, employers are actually really using this to do a little background check. I have a brother who works in the recruiting field, and the first thing they do once they receive your resume is usually go onto your profile on Facebook or Twitter and actually download a picture of you just because it's easier to put a name to a face. So they're already doing that little search. So you think these aren't common things not to post, from party pictures, but a lot of people forget about flirty pictures. If you're making these eyes at the camera, you never know who's going to download that, especially with cyber stalking for young women. With spring break coming up, yeah, you might look great in that bikini, but you don't know who else is going to find that picture of you and share it. Also, depending on what your major is, a lot of those are considered risque and problems, especially with education. That's one of the first things that they're going to do when they check out your resume. Phone numbers and addresses. A lot of people like to check into places. Well, as soon as you check into a place, if someone's really trying to hurt you, A, they will know where you are, and B, you also have this new issue that your home or your address, wherever you live, no one's there anymore. And a lot of cases are now happening where people are getting robbed while they're checked in someplace else. Not something that you think, yeah, you want everyone to know where you are that night, but this is like also giving you that little, oh gosh, you never know what you're going to come home to at that point. Complaints about your teachers or bosses. This is a huge one because you never know when someone's going to check your site, and you don't know who else is getting access to that. one of your friends could definitely print that out, share that with a coworker, or share that with a friend in class. I used to be a waitress, and this was actually happened at our store. Somebody put a complaint about a customer, and that person was fired within 10 hours. Corporate found out, it made the news actually to North Carolina, but your drama definitely doesn't need to be shared. Yes, you might feel like you're safe saying your drama through tweets, but other people are finding that out, and that also makes you look really catty and shows a different side of you to people who might not know you that well. Some people don't ever really think of this, but religion, political background, and your sexual orientation are things that Facebook asks you to put up there, but when there's a future employer looking at your website, if they have a different political belief or religion, this is something that I know everyone says that you're safe or not discriminatory, but this is something that can hurt you in the long run. And you might be super proud of your beliefs, but there's also other ways to promote this without putting it on your social media sites. And membership in controversial groups, if you're part of gun support groups and stuff like that, that's something that you really don't need to be spreading, especially at a young age when you're trying to find a job and get into graduate school or actually move forward in your professional life. Anything you want to add?
I would just also like to say that I was watching a video today, actually, and Facebook actually can sell the data that you post on Facebook, so anything about your religion, politics, things that you're interested in, and they can actually sell them to third-party companies, and they take that information and they advertise to you directly. So they send you advertisements that are directly related to you and to your beliefs and to your interests. So I thought that was really interesting.
Definitely. But you can actually use Twitter and Facebook to help find good things. Especially on Twitter now, this is you get your short little tweet, but a lot of these companies right here send out scholarship information, and using your Twitter to your benefit, actually searching scholarships on the little search engine can actually help you find ways to get ahead of the game. And if you're posting stuff that actually relates to this and you tweet at them, you usually get a tweet back, and that actually gets you in the game for some of these things. Like I said, what to follow on Twitter, if you use Google, you can always find what other companies or what other places you're looking at. For communication majors, PRSSA has tons of tweets daily about upcoming jobs, fairs, events. They also promote some of their online webinars for students. So there's plenty of things to follow, and unlike Facebook you get a little blur, but Twitter is constantly updated. People are actually paid to do this now. So making Facebook professional, not everyone's going to make their Facebook professional. It's ultimately up to you if you're going to use this to network or not. Definitely out there, you do want to keep it private. For our younger people, it's also a way to also get involved with on-campus organizations, find out events. So you can actually use it for some of your benefits that way. Limit the photos you post. You never know who's going to download it. Definitely a tip everyone should always do is Google yourself and see what pops up. You might be surprised. You might think a lot of the stuff's private, but with Facebook always changing, now moving to the timeline, it's a lot. You have to refamiliarize yourself with the website itself. Do you have anything?
I also say don't post derogatory language or swearing and stuff, because that also can come back to you. And like you said, when you type your name on Google, you don't want to see a bunch of profanity coming up. So definitely watch what you post and make sure you keep it PG.
It's never. You can always double check and remove stuff, especially if your friends like to do these posts where they post at you or put your name in the things. It's always good to double check and make sure it's actually good. You don't want your friends to post something on your wall that is negative or something that can get you in trouble. Especially a lot of people's families on Facebook now. And choose your friends wisely. Let them not. Make sure that they're getting okay access. And like we said, employers are going to give you the once over, especially when joining student organizations. Sororities use Facebook to find out more about potential new members, as well as most fraternities on campus. They're great opportunities to show your interpersonal skills, especially if you have articles that are published by the Den or someplace else. You can definitely share that on Facebook to get your followers, or on Twitter to get people to know what you're doing. Like it says, Campus Speak professionals love this. People in the field of student affairs are always looking for more followers, and we'll follow people back. So when you ask people to follow you, when you ask to follow someone, make sure you also are okay if they follow you back. Because if you're posting up negative things, you don't want other people in your professional field to find out bad things about you. You can't hide behind the curtain. Just because you're sitting at a computer or at a phone doesn't mean you're actually safe. So definitely reconsider what you say to people or online. That, like they say, don't say anything if you have nothing nice to say at all. That should be something that you keep in mind when you post things on Facebook or on people's walls. And also know what's going on in your friends' lives. If they're applying for jobs, you probably don't want to post stupid YouTube videos on their walls or clutter their walls with negative things.
And I also like to just add to that, you also don't know who's friends with the people that you know. So I know, like, if you're friends with someone that someone else knows, it could be a potential employer, someone they work with, they could actually have more access to your profile if you are friends with someone that they know. So that's also something to keep in mind too.
And like we said, social networking is a great way to share things that are happening. If you find a great internship online, you might as well definitely share that on Twitter or on Facebook, because if you're sharing it, you're also helping out friends and people that you might not know. Tweeting relevant articles. In my field of student affairs, we definitely do provide a lot of resources online through Facebook and Twitter, because unlike an email, it's not going to clog up your inbox, but you'll get it to your phone and you might be bored, and that's a great way to also see what's going on. So here's some tips. We also put them on a little worksheet for everyone, but act like you would in real life. If you're a really genuine person, don't have a front on. Don't discriminate. Go out of your comfort zone. If there's something that you want to learn more about, definitely follow new things on Twitter. I follow stuff about fraternities because I'm in a sorority, and that's really exposed me to some great new things going on in fraternity lands. You have to earn respect. Definitely when you follow professionals, you have to respect them and not tweet at them too much. Definitely introduce yourself though. If you're going to follow someone, you want to meet up with them at a conference, they definitely promote you following people at conferences and send them a message, because then they might take that time to actually have coffee with you or sit down. Avoid burnout. Some people get really burned out over Twittering, but you have to keep relevant, at least like a few times a day maybe, but you don't want to overclog people's news feeds. Don't drunk Facebook or tweet. A lot of people do this on the weekends, and that's something that you might not remember till the morning. When you look at your computer the next day, you're like, oh gosh, I really said that. Well, not only did the person you say it at knows, but other people are following this now. I definitely know this with some of the events that come on campus. You might have a really good night, have a great time at it, but then after you've been drinking a little bit, you might start bashing people, so not the best things. Don't ask for favors. Some people use social media to get favors out of people. Not the best way to get your foot in the door. Definitely still remember to use your professional email style to ask for professional things. Don't use Twitter to point fingers. It's not the best call out. If your boyfriend or girlfriend dumped you, a lot of people start getting worried about you. I know I dealt with students that I see what they post on Twitter, and there's some times where I'm like, should I call the counseling center on them, or are they just being overdramatic? So definitely you gotta watch the drama you put on Facebook and Twitter, and not point fingers.
And also, like, think, like it says on the slide, think like a boss, but also have that mentality when you're out at a party, and just all the time. Just think about, well, do I want to be remembered by what I say online for the rest of my life? And I think you have to think about that from your manager perspective, or your boss, or your future employer. Think about, is this how I'm going to want to be remembered by them? So.
And it's only going to get a lot more surveillance on us as we get older. I know our parents and other people before us never had these issues, but it's something that's not going to go away, because social media is definitely not leaving us. So, yeah, a few resources, and that's what we have. Any questions? Thanks, guys.